Lauren LaForge Coaching is a proud sponsor of Purse Strings. Through membership programs and one-on-one coaching, we help professionals, business owners, and salespeople intentionally achieve their goals and live their most epic version of life. To start becoming the more successful version of yourself, visit laurenlaforge.com.
Thank you, fearless listeners, and go you for hitting play. Please like and subscribe as it helps us grow. Also, share this with a friend as we have to keep talking about this shit. Now let's dive in.
Coming up on today's edition of Women in Money, the shit we don't talk about, our guest is Liz Hansen, owner of the Chicago Boudoir, located in Winnetka, Illinois.
Liz is on a mission to help women feel empowered and confident through their beautiful portraits.
And we are so pleased to have Liz with us today. Let me tell you, if you haven't seen her photos, you can find them at the chicago-boudoir.com.
Today, we're going to talk with Liz about how she started her business and how she helps women feel so empowered by their beautiful bodies. This is going to be a great conversation, so we can't wait to jump in.
Gloria Steinem once said, "We will never solve the feminization of power until we solve the masculinity of wealth." Barbara Provost and Maggie Nielsen are the team at Purse Strings that will help you navigate the ins and outs of financial independence so that you can be financially fearless. This is Women in Money, the shit we don't talk about.
So Liz, we're so glad you're here today. And why don't you just go ahead and jump in and tell us a bit about yourself?
Like you said, I run a boudoir photo studio. And if you've never heard of boudoir, boudoir is just a fancy French word that means a woman's bedroom. But what I do is I have a photo studio where women can come and have a powering, fun, Victoria's Secret style photo shoot experience. That means hair and makeup. That means taking some beautiful portraits, going home with an album or a digital download to remember how gorgeous you are, and to look at those pictures and feel a sense of confidence and empowerment.
That's awesome. So I've seen some of your pictures. I'm in your Facebook group, and the before and after is amazing. So let's dig in because we have a lot of questions to ask you today.
So just kind of to get started, how did you start this business? I mean, what made you want to start a boudoir photo shoot company?
Right. I don't think a lot of people wake up one day and be like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start a boudoir photo shoot business, right? The way it happened for me, I actually studied art in college and I was taking pictures of families and babies. I'd take you out to a field and take pictures of you. I was living in Austin, Texas at the time. I enjoyed doing that. My husband and I suddenly moved to Chicago, sort of sight unseen. We didn't know anybody here. It was for a job opportunity for my husband. We got here to Chicago and it turns out it is cold here. Turns out you can't just take family photos in a field year round here. In fact, there's like 2 months out of the year where we're guaranteed beautiful outdoor weather.
Maybe 2 months.
So what happened was, right, exactly. So what happened was I actually ended up getting a job at a photo studio in Chicago that was indoors, and I loved working there, and they did some boudoir there. And I had never heard of boudoir. I didn't know that this was a thing women even wanted to do. But what I saw working at that studio was that women would come into the studio for this photo shoot experience and leave with this extra spring in their step, feeling confident and loving the experience. And I just fell in love with helping women feel confident and comfortable in their own skin. So I worked at that studio for a few years. After a while, the owner of that studio relocated and I was out of a job. So I decided to open my own boudoir boutique and really specialize in this. So I have a business of running a boudoir studio, but I have a broader mission of helping women feel confident and empowered in all areas of their lives. One of the ways that I do this, as you mentioned, was I run a Facebook group where I have about 10,000 local women where I discuss issues and create a community that women can come together and really lift each other up and feel confident and empowered in their lives.
Yeah, it's a beautiful group. I'm part of it, and it's always got some great engaging conversations going on. So I love what you're doing, Liz. It's very empowering. Can we ask you, how did you get started with your business in terms of funding?
So when I opened up my studio, I really had Nothing. I had zero people on an email list. I had zero website. I had zero followers on social media. I was really starting from ground zero. And the thing is, I had a little bit of experience working at this other studio, but I had absolutely zero experience running my own business. I don't have an entrepreneurship background. I studied art in college. And in fact, I hadn't really had a lot of full-time work experience. I was so I married my college boyfriend. He's fabulous. We got married pretty young and had two kids. And I was a stay-at-home mom for 7 years before I went back to work part-time. And then after that, I started my business. So starting and opening this business was a giant leap for me, not only financially, but also emotionally and kind of psychologically. I'd never done something like this. I'd never stepped into a risky endeavor like this at all. And, my husband hadn't either. He'd never started a business. And in fact, no one I really knew in my friend circle or family circle was a business owner, right? So I have people in my family who have traditional corporate jobs. My father's an attorney, kind of the kind of jobs where you like go to school and get the job that you're expected to get. Like I knew a lot of people like that, but I didn't really have any role models or close relationships with people who had worked for themselves or started their own thing. So starting this was really, really hard for me in a lot of ways, emotionally and psychologically, because I just never done anything like this before. Mm-hmm. So my husband was working full time. He had a salary job, but we did not have a lot of financial cushion to just throw money at a new financial venture, a new business, right?
Yeah,
and especially something that felt really risky, like a photo studio, right?
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people wake up and be like, you know how I'm going to get rich? I'm going to open a photo studio, right? Like it's not seen as, I don't think it's seen as typically a money-making endeavor and, or a safe kind of a business to open. And I totally get that. But I had seen working for this other studio that there was a way to run a profitable small business as a photographer. I had faith that I could do it, but I didn't really have the experience or financial backing to do it. So what I ended up doing was I drew up a business plan and I came up with the number of $25,000 that I needed to really get it off the ground. That was to pay for a few months of rent, some startup costs. The space I found to lease needed about $8,000 to $10,000 in renovations to really make it usable. It didn't have a sink. It needed new floors. I had to fix some electrical. It needed some work. And then there were also some initial startup costs with, building a website, some software subscriptions, buying some camera equipment, some lights. So just to get off the ground, I figured I needed about $25,000. I did not have $25,000. So I split that between, I took out a small loan and then I put some money on a 0% credit card that had 12 months to pay it off. So I figured, okay, if I can pay that off in 12 months, I'm just going to charge it on the card and put on the small loan. It actually ended up taking me 19 months to pay that back, which was a little longer than I had hoped for, but I did eventually make enough money to pay that back.
Brava. That's awesome.
It's still really good. That's awesome. And so then you really took that risk to start this new company and really go on that venture, which is very vulnerable. But when you have women come, you're also asking them to be very, very vulnerable. And so how do you start, pushing that message, you should come and take this boudoir photo shoot?
You are exactly right. Coming in and doing a boudoir photo shoot experience is very vulnerable. And it's like stepping off a cliff. It's doing something you've never done before. And that's part of the fun of it. That's one of the reasons it is a cool, exciting experience, is because it is a little scary. Now, first off, I had my own boudoir photo shoot experience. So about 7-8 years ago, I did a boudoir photo shoot for the first time. I had never done anything like that before. I had grown up in a family and a culture where bodies were, it was very taboo to do something like that,
Right.
and it was very, very much outside of my comfort zone to do a boudoir photo shoot. But I had a transformative confidence building experience from that shoot. I walked out of there feeling differently about my body. I felt differently about what I could accomplish. It gave me a boost, and it's an experience that I never forgot. And it's that feeling and that experience that I want to give to the women who come to my studio. So knowing firsthand what a boudoir photo shoot experience can kind of open up for you, knowing that firsthand allows me to say to women who come to my studio, listen, I know how you feel. I've been there, but I know what is available to you on the other side of this. And I hope that together we can create that beautiful experience for you. So since that time that I had my own photo shoot 7 or 8 years ago, I've actually done dozens of photo shoots for myself. I have boudoir friends now, and we get together and we trade off and do things. So I'm a little bit of a boudoir junkie, a boudoir addict. I just love doing it. I love doing these photo shoots. In fact, I've done so many that the last time I came home with the boudoir pictures, my husband said, oh yeah, I've already seen those. And I was like, no, these ones are new. You have to see, they're different. He's like, oh, sorry, I thought they looked just like the last time. But I think that's really important for me to be authentic about my own vulnerability and my own experience. I can't ask people who are coming into my studio to do something that I'm not willing to do myself. So yes, putting myself out there for my own shoot, putting myself out there to build my own business, putting myself out there every day on the internet to say, hey, I'm here and I have something to offer. Do you value it? Would you like to come in? Requires some personal vulnerability. And some days it's a challenge for me to continually put myself out there and offer this experience that I know some people have mixed feelings about, or it's not for them, or it is for them, or whatever. But I feel like I'm kind of walking the walk. I myself am being vulnerable, and I'm asking my clients to do the same.
That's awesome. Can you tell us, like, for people who are curious, like, what is the experience? What is it, if you can walk through, like, what happens when they walk in your door?
I offer what I call an all-inclusive experience at the Chicago Boudoir Photography Studio. So it starts with a phone call. You're going to talk to me and we're going to plan out your shoot and exactly what you want to accomplish, why you're going to do boudoir, what your goals are. I'll go over exactly what to do and what to expect. Then you're going to show up on the day of your photo shoot. And we're going to take care of you from start to finish. It's going to start with professional hair and makeup with my beauty team. That includes lashes and airbrush so that you look camera ready. Now, our beauty team can give you a really natural look or a super glam look, just depending on what you want to do. I have some women who want to have their final product look like they have virtually no makeup on, have a more natural, sporty look. I have other women who come in and say, give me that bright red lip and the juicy lashes. We can do either. Then we're going to style your shoot with wardrobe. You can choose to wear the shoes we have, the robes. I've got jewelry. I've got wraps, all kinds of things. We're going to make sure that we pick wardrobe that looks great on you, that you feel comfortable wearing. And then it'll be time to step into the studio. You'll be in front of the camera for about an hour. I'll tell you exactly what to do and how to pose. I'm going to photograph you on 10 to 12 different sets so that we get a variety of looks. I'm going to shoot some of your pictures kind of light and bright, some of your pictures dark and moody and shadowy, maybe a silhouette of just your back. And I'm also going to shoot according to your comfort level. So I have some women who want to come in and wear a dress, be quite covered. I have other women who are ready to do a full nude or a partially nude shoot. I'm comfortable with it all, and I'm going to make sure that we shoot what you're comfortable with as well. And then right after the photo shoot comes my favorite part. Right after your shoot, while you're still at the studio, you get to see a slideshow of the images that I've created. No waiting, instant gratification. I'll show you about 100 pictures on a screen that I've set up at the studio. I have a system for you to go through your pictures and pick your favorites. And then you can choose if you want to enjoy your pictures in a beautiful leather-bound album, as a framed piece of art for your wall, a digital download, or all three. And then it takes us a few weeks to finalize those products and they'll be sent right to you. So you come to the studio for one fabulous day, and we include the hair, makeup, the photo retouching, all of that, so that you don't have to worry about anything. We take care of everything. We'll be with you every step of the way.
Oh, I love that. It sounds like a magical day, you know, where you just kind of, it's always fun to get your hair and makeup done and really just kind of transform with some specialists there.
Yeah, I've seen it before and after, and they're amazing.
You know, that's how I view it. It's sort of a day to focus on you, celebrate you, pamper you, celebrate you and where you are right now. Now, listen, I have people all the time that tell me, wow, that sounds cool, but I need to lose weight. Or wow, that sounds cool, but maybe after XYZ happens, or blah, 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 blah. Here's what I'm here to say. This is a time to celebrate you right now, how you are today. You are valuable today. Yeah, you're going to be valuable when you lose weight or in 5 years or whatever too, but you're also valuable and worthy of celebrating today, right now, where you are today. So that's what this is. It's an opportunity to come in and just really say, I am worthy, I am beautiful, and I'm here to document who I am right here, right now. I am on this earth for a reason, and I deserve to be kind of celebrated today for who I am.
Amen, sister. That's great. When I look at your, I know you have a special, we're going to talk about all of that you have going on, but when I was looking through it, I was thinking, wow, could I do something like that? Like, I don't think I'd get out of my car. And I know you think lots of people think that way, right? And then I think about purse strings, and I'm like, that's a lot about the same vulnerability women feel about their money. I mean, we're aligned in some ways, right? Sounds crazy, but stick with me here. Yes, women, just like you said, you're beautiful today. You're worthy today. You're worthy today to step up and take care of your financial future because, like it or not, you are going to be in charge of your own financial future at some point in time. It's inevitable. And Purse Strings is here, like you are, Liz, to help support and empower women by providing free online tools and resources to teach them what they need to know wherever they are in their financial journey. And then, like you have your expertise around photos, you have your expert team around you. Women could create their own purse strings team, whatever they need in terms of their financial planners or an advisor, maybe just a financial coach. But what we found, Liz, is, and this was kind of surprising to us, is women are afraid to talk about money or to come to the table and really show vulnerability that they don't know. And we don't care that they don't know.
Absolutely. This resonates with me completely because let me tell you, when I was growing up, I grew up in a family that had very rigid gender roles. Some of this is not bad. My dad was always the breadwinner and my mom never worked. She was a stay-at-home mom and she had 6 kids. Someone's got to raise those 6 kids. She had her hands full. Yeah. I'm not saying she didn't work, but she didn't have a job, right? My parents have been married 40 years. They're happy with that. But what happened for me was that I got married and I assumed the man's going to take care of the money and that's not my job. And I immediately turned over. So I had a bank account, I had a credit card, and I had a few things when I got married. I immediately just turned them over to him and I said, this is your job now. Wow, we're married and this is what men do. Because that was what I had kind of grown up seeing modeled for me. And I realized a few years into our marriage, I am curious about our retirement. I'm curious about what things are happening with my money. And I really felt so unprepared to have those conversations. I felt like it was really scary and that I wasn't equipped to deal with it. And then when I opened a business, man, I really had to figure out what to do with the money. And remember, and really I had no training, about how to run a business or the money aspect of running a business. And again, psychologically and emotionally, this was difficult for me to take on as well. I remember one of the first meetings I had with a business CPA who was stepping in to help me with some things that I had not set up correctly because I didn't know what I was doing. I got off the phone and just started crying because I felt so intimidated by talking to this male CPA who I felt was kind of talking down to me a little bit for being like this little woman starting a business. He really didn't do anything wrong, but I felt like, I'm just like this little child trying to run this business and all these smart men really know what they're doing and I don't. And it was hard to feel dumb and vulnerable. There's so many taboos around money that sometimes even just opening up my QuickBooks for the CPA to look like, I felt like I was like opening up my underwear drawer for him or something. It felt so vulnerable for him to see my finances. And so I understand how hard this can be. Listen, I have had people from my studio call me from the parking lot and say, I'm not coming in. I'm not doing the photo shoot. And I have to kind of talk them off the ledge. And I guarantee you there are women who sit in the parking lot or on a Zoom with a CPA or a financial advisor and feel the same way. I can't do this. I can't open up. I feel so much shame about my debt or about my lack of preparedness to talk to a financial advisor. There are so many emotional and psychological layers to money with women, especially, that I think get in the way of getting the help and the processes in place to make you financially successful.
You got it.
Definitely. Yeah, you got it. But to me, I think about how you're like, I know once they go through this transformation, it's going to be unreal and they're going to have, they're going to walk in a different way and it's just going to feel light and, effortless, which is exactly like once you start understanding your finances, you do walk in a different way. You have to just get through that part, but I know it's going to be so, so, so much better and empowering. And like you said, you've done, tons of photo shoots after you did your first one, then everything just gets easier after you get, that initial ripping off the Band-Aid.
Yeah, exactly. And it's about having the right team around you, right? The right people that are not going to make you feel shame or stupid or dumb. And that's exactly what people would say to me. Okay, Barb, who can I go to? Who can I trust? And so that's what we do. We look for trusted professionals because like you, Liz, you're not going to have professionals around your client that tell them, oh, that doesn't really look that good on you. Or so, you know what I mean? You're going to have people who are like, look, you're beautiful. You're awesome, just as you are. And women need that. We need to cheer each other on.
Yeah, absolutely. And I have found not only, so I do have financial professionals that help me now who have been invaluable, but also taking on emotionally my own responsibility for my own finances has been life-changing as well. So I started out reading a few really basic books about finances. I had zero understanding of how to run a business with finances. I really just, I didn't know anything. I mean, anything that I learned in high school or college either had seeped out the other ear or was 20 years old and was no longer relevant to me, or I never really learned it in the first place. And so I really took some time to dig in and read a few books, take the questions from those books to my advisors, and really started saying, if I'm going to be financially independent, if I'm going to run the business that I want to run, it's on me. I can't just rely on my husband to make this work or my CPA to make this work. And that was a big mind shift for me to realize that my future is in my hands. So, I mean, it's a two sides of the same coin. Number one, it's really scary because now it's on me. But number two, it's really empowering because I have the power to make the changes that I want to make in my financial life. And being a business owner has been one of the hardest things I've ever done, but also one of the most beautiful and empowering things that I've ever done as well.
Yeah. And many people who start their own businesses, the financial part is not their sweet spot, right? I mean, photography is your sweet spot, right? Or being a dentist or being a hairdresser or doing retail, whatever it is, that's your sweet spot. So get the, professionals around you that can help you with the foundational elements of your business, which is the financials. And that's what their expertise is. And that's what they need to step in and help you do.
Yeah, it turns out that I started a photography business because I love photography, but it turns out that running a business is like 5% photography and 95% marketing, financials, taxes, client relations, all that other stuff, right? So if you are listening to this and you're interested in running a business, I would love to cheer you on. And I would also love to tell you to be aware that running a business is so much more than your craft. So let's say you want to, help open a massage studio or a photo studio or sell your artwork or an interior designer, whatever it is that you want to do. That's going to be great in a small piece of it. But really, a lot of your mental bandwidth is going to be taken up running the business part of it. So be aware of that. Get ready, get your team. And if you don't love that, it's going to be hard to be successful running a small business.
Yeah,
well,
I've never heard anything more true. That's exactly right. You have to wear every hat. And so the thing that you enjoy doing does become 5%, which is not always bad. You learn to enjoy everything, but you also learn to delegate so you can get some of that back as well.
Yeah, awesome. Well, share a little bit, Liz, about what you have going on right now and how people can reach you to get their boudoir shot from you.
Yeah, so every year I run something called Bombshell Week. And what this is an opportunity for me to spotlight other local businesses. Like I said, my mission is to empower women and especially women business owners and to build them up however I can. So every year what I do is I collect a group of prizes to give away. The grand prize is a boudoir photo shoot with me at the Chicago Boudoir Studio. But this year, I'm also giving away 40 other prizes worth $10,000. Wow. And these are all from local small businesses. And you can enter to win. It's free to enter. I'm sure we can leave the link in the show notes.
Yep.
All you do is enter to win, and then all through for 7 days, for the whole week, I'll be giving away prizes all week. And on the last day, I'm giving away the grand prize, which is a full boudoir photo shoot, including the hair and the makeup, the photo shoot, and an album. So I do this because it's really fun. I literally feel like Oprah giving away stuff. I do this in a Facebook group that I run. Yeah, and it gives some visibility to local business owners because I talk up their business and their prize when I'm giving them away. It's just really fun for me. This is my 5th year in business doing this Bombshell Week, and this is the biggest giveaway we've ever done. It's coming up. It starts this Saturday. So I'm really excited to do that. Every year we have a great time, and our winner comes in and gets to enjoy a confidence-building, empowering boudoir photo shoot. And then, like I said, we're giving away those other 40 prizes as well.
Wow, how fun. Yeah. We'll make sure that is in the show notes so everyone could enter, because that sounds like an amazing experience, just getting a photo shoot or any other prize.
Yeah, we're giving away some fun things this year. We're giving away, interior design. We're giving away a massage, acupuncture, a purse, gift certificates to boutiques, all kinds of fun things that you can win. And they're all from local small businesses. So you get a fun prize if you're a winner, also knowing that you're supporting these small businesses.
Yeah, we love small businesses. We support them at any point in turn. So that's terrific. So if people want to reach out to you, Liz, and chat with you about a boudoir photo shoot, how can they reach you?
The best way to get in touch is on my website, which is Chicago-boudoir.com. I know it's a tricky word. Boudoir is BOUDOIR.com. If you go on my website, you can, shoot me a message. You can take a style quiz to find out what kind of boudoir shoot would be best for you. You can download a free PDF about getting started with boudoir. You can also join my Facebook group. We have 10,000 women in a local Facebook group called the VIP Group for Empowered Women of Chicago. And like I said before, this is just a community where I aim to build up women, small business owners, people of all walks of life to reach their full potential. We'd love to have you there. And I'd love to see you in the studio if you're interested.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Liz, for coming on today and kind of sharing your story of how you got started, some of your own financial journey, and how you are empowering so many women every day to really love themselves and their bodies, which is absolutely priceless. So we thank you for coming on and sharing you.
Thanks so much for having me. I love your mission to help women with their finances. I wish I had gotten started earlier, but I guess we all wish we'd gotten started earlier with our finances maybe, but it's never too late. And know that there are people out there that can help you on your financial journey to feel confident and secure. I just owe like a huge debt of gratitude to my financial planner and CPA who've just paved the way for me to run my business really smoothly and to know that I'm on track for retirement and saving for my kids' college and all those things that I couldn't have done on my own. So if you're looking for that kind of help, it's, of course, professionals get paid for their work, and you might think that the cost is high, but the amount of money that I've saved based on the recommendations and help that I've gotten from them has far exceeded the fees that they charge. So if you're scared about it, or you have like a money mindset that you think that you can't approach your finances, like get in touch with Barbara and Purse Strings. Try to get yourself in a place mentally where you can start working on it yourself.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Liz. It's a joy having you. You may find either Maggie or myself in one of your photo shoots. You never know.
We'd love to have you.
All right, everybody's. Until next time, let's be financially fearless.
Information is for illustrative purposes only and does not constitute tax, investment, or legal advice. Always consult with a qualified investment, legal, or tax professional before taking any action.
Lauren LaForge Coaching is a proud sponsor of Purse Strings. Through membership programs and one-on-one coaching, we help professionals, business owners, and salespeople intentionally achieve their goals and live their most epic version of life. To start becoming the more successful version of yourself, visit laurenlaforge.com.